Jmas, Japan's Mine Action Service, clears mines and UXO left in conflict areas, secures people's lives, and supports reconstruction. Every day, unexploded ordnance, UXO, and landmines kill or maim dozens of people around the world. To prevent these terrible injuries and to help bring about a safer and more peaceful world, Jmas members carry out dangerous disposal work and train local deminers. They use techniques developed by Japan's self-defense forces, the only organization in Japan with these skills. UXO are very dangerous missiles, explosive projectiles, and bombs, including cluster bombs, that fail to explode after they were dropped from planes or fired from weaponry. When people inadvertently disturb this still live ordnance, the weapons explode with terrible results. Because some UXO resemble toys, children are particularly at risk. There are also mines that are buried under the ground to harm people and vehicles and to deter them from entering an area. Some of them are set to explode with tripwires. Jmas was established by retired members of Japan's self-defense forces, who are the only people in Japan with the skills to dispose of UXO and mines. They are committed not only to provide funding assistance, but also to demonstrate Japan's responsibility and courage in a continuing fight against a serious threat. At first, Jmas reached an agreement with the Mine UXO's disposal center in Cambodia. With 2 Japanese technical advisors and 7 Cambodian staff, this project is characterized by Japanese-style discipline and solidarity, and it marked the beginning of Japan's contribution. In Cambodia, the most mine-affected country in Asia, the number of victims of UXO explosions exceeds those from mines. Because UXO can create powerful explosions and can remain hidden with no visible signs to mark their presence, urgent disposal is essential. When Jmas begins working in an area, it first gathers information about possible UXO sites and identifies any ordnance found in the field. Then, it gains the cooperation of villagers to evacuate and to limit traffic in dangerous areas. Finally, only the detonation staff is left. Jmas activities are well evaluated and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Jmas ensures that its activities also include rigorous safety awareness in order to prevent casualties. In Cambodia, there are 2 demining projects in Battambang province in the northwest. UXO projects in 4 southeastern provinces, Prevang, Svang Rieng, Kandal, and Kompong Chang, have been completed. UXO clearance work is currently underway in 3 more provinces, Kampong Spu, Takeo, as well as in Siem Reap, where work just began last October. Deploying 4 or 5 staff from villages in each province, Jmas collects information to locate UXO and contributes to local safety education efforts. After its experience with UXO clearance, Jmas launched a demining pilot project in northern Cambodia in August 2004. 2 years later, it had recruited staff and begun work. This project was aimed at reconstructing communities through villager participation, enabling locals to eventually dispose of landmines themselves and to reclaim formerly contaminated areas. In this case, the employment of many women resulted in improving women's rights, promoting family stability, and teaching children how to stay safe. Demining includes removing vegetation and tripwires, using metal detectors to locate mines, preparing for disposal, and finally, blowing up the ordnance. Sadly, given the very delicate conditions and difficult situations, accidents can happen, even to highly trained disposal experts. Heavy protective clothing worn in intense heat, the strain of danger, and even simply reaching some sites makes for tough work. After the land has been made safe, villagers can dig wells and reconstruct and develop their villages. Taking a break from the tense work, they can relax and smile at lunchtime. Jmas's newest strategy is to use a demining machine recognized as a practical approach. Nonetheless, human power is essential for arranging locations, for using detectors, and for checking security after mechanical demining. Therefore, Jmas has adopted a system combining human and machine demining. Facilitating the use of demined land and reconstructing villages is as important as the clearance itself. In Battambang province in northwest Cambodia, Jmas's use of machinery for disposal enabled the building of schools, roads, ponds, and wells for agriculture. As a result, the project has created safe villages. In Laos, Jmas has finished work in the northeast and started work in the southern province of Atapu, where many large unexploded bombs remain in the aftermath of the Vietnam War. In Laos, people have traditionally lived comfortably, even though poor. Now, however, resource development and the construction of buildings and roads have led to the discovery of UXO. Typically in Laos, large bombs of types unfamiliar to clearance technicians and small cluster ball bombs have been disposed. Jmas technical advisors, with their high levels of skill and knowledge, including how to safely remove fuses from large bombs, are instructing locals. But when the ordnance is removed by exploding it, it causes much damage. Therefore, better techniques using demining machines for the disposal of small cluster bombs are under development. Jmas also faces difficulty in transporting secured bombs, since roads to sites in remote and mountainous regions are rough. Last November, an international conference of the Banned Cluster Mines Treaty was held in Laos, and participants were impressed with Jmas's accomplishments. At present, Jmas has programs in Cambodia, Laos, Afghanistan, and Pakistan, as well as in the African nation of Angola, where working conditions are particularly tough. But everywhere, clearance activity is dangerous. In Afghanistan, which has seen decades of civil war and terrorism, Jmas has hired ex-soldiers to clear mines and contribute to building peace. Jmas's Afghanistan project is run from Pakistan, and there too Jmas has established projects to support rural Pakistanis' livelihood, such as improving and restoring water supply systems and building programs to lighten the burden of poor villagers, especially women and children. In another project, Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs organized an Asian Human Resources Development project that included people from Laos, China, and East Timor, among other places. The program associates were educated in Jmas's foreign offices and now form a core in their home countries. The variety of Jmas activities is supported by many people living inside and outside Japan. Its work is also supported by foundations and donors who have provided project sites with vital equipment, such as vehicles, detectors, educational materials, and protective clothing. 9 years have passed since Jmas was established. Today, it clears land, builds schools, roads, and farms, and provides a healthier environment for children and a safer life for everyone. In this way, Jmas is a kind of environmental restoration organization. Last year, Jmas started a UXO clearance project in Siem Reap, the Cambodian province that is home to the World Heritage Site in Angkor Wat. After the March 2011 earthquake tsunami devastated Japan's Tohoku region, Jmas cooperated with Singapore-based non-governmental organization Mercy Relief to bring large amounts of aid and relief to the victims. Even if it is dangerous, Jmas fulfills its responsibility by using its unique skills and resources to help people. All Jmas members are joined together to grow ever better and more useful. Thank you very much for your cooperation, now and in the future.